Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, how are you? I hope you are fine. Now we will tell you about our presentation. This is processing tire rubber. Okay, before discussing the process of making tires, it is agreed that we look first made for motorcycle tires. Motorcycle tires consist of thread sidewall, carcass lining, tubeless inner tube, and bead wire. Each requires a different type of rubber. Okay, next. Rubber compounding or rubber mixing, the process of making tires, starts from the process of rubber compounding or mixing rubber, which is mixing one or two types of synthetic rubber with or without natural rubber, with fillers and various kinds of chemicals available in mixing machines, commonly called Danbury machines. And third, when mixing in a Danbury machine, parameters such as mixing volume, mixing time, mixing temperature and rotation or RPM of the rotor become a very important factor because they can influence the results of mixing. After mixing, the rubber compound enters the roll machines and forms a long sheet that is passed on the conveyor to be cooled and folded so it can be stored.
The next is, after the above step have been completed, the process to mixing, the rubber compound enters the roll machine and is made into a long sheet, which is placed on the conveyor to be cooled and folded so it can be used. Of course, given the identities so as not to be confused with other types of compound. Understand the color is all black. Actually, for experienced operators, you can differentiate the type of compound just by smelling it. And before publishing to the next section, each rubber collection in the laboratory to check the characteristic in accordance with predetermined standard. Different rubber compounds are distributed to the parts such as the following chart. The first is carcass plate calendering and cutting. The calendering process, or some call the topping process, is the process of coating carcass or cloths or nylon ropes, whatever you want to call it, with a rubber compound. At first, the rubber compound is held by a roll machine to make it soft. Then thin sheets are made according to predetermined standard. The rubber compound sheet then meet the carcass in the next roll machine, so the carcass is covered by a rubber compound. Rubber calender or topping process. The carcass of clay which has been dissolved in the rubber compound is cut in the bias cutting machine with width, length, and angle of cut according to the size and model of the tire to be made. Then store it on a shelf to be sent to the next process. The sixth is bed wire process. Needing to cut out the certain diameter of wire with rubber compound. The rubber compound is heated in a small mixing machine so that it is easy to flow. Then it flows into the path where the wire moves from the start, making the wire protected by the rubber compound. Tire cord wire bed wire process. Then cut the wire and make a circle with a diameter according to the size of the tire made. The next is sidewall thread and extraction. As with other process, the rubber compound is initially heated by mixing at the end of the extraction machine. The rubber compound is then pressed when an extraction to dye process with a certain size and shape according to the size and model of the tire to be made. so that the rubber sheet that comes out has a shape in accordance with its die. Sidewall thread extrusion, extruding thread and sidewall process. The compound sheet that comes out of the dies is carried by conveyor and colored lines to distinguish one model another, then cut to length according to predetermined standard.
Okay, next, the process of making an inner liner. Making of the inner liner starts with the complement rubber on the roll machine. Then made a sheet with a curtain thickness and a curtain width in accordance with the tire model to be made. Next step, building or assembling process. At this stage, all materials from previous process are put together in a machine building. In a curtain order, the inner liner, the layer carcass, bit wire, and thread are assembled so that they become green tires ready to be prepared in the curing machine. Okay, next, the curing process is the process of cooking while printing green tires into tires or finished tires. First, the green tire is inserted into the mold. When the mold is closed, the green tire will be closed by the bladder from the inside, so the outside will form a pattern according to the mold. The last step, final inspection. Tires that are declared okay must be free from all sorts of defects, such as uneven thickness, unreadable threads, getting pregnant due to trapped air, dead carcasses on the inside, soaring wires, and other prohibition that pass the test, has the right to stamp OK and or inspector code, then send to the warehouse of finished goods to be packaged and sent to the customer. So, a little explanation from us. Sorry if there are mistakes. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.